What does a guitarist need to do to develop virtuoso slur techniques? Now, I don't want you to think that you need to be a virtuoso to play the guitar really well. What we're really getting into is just developing really solid technique that goes way beyond your needs to be able to play anything that you want. So to develop virtuoso slur techniques on the guitar, there are several things that a guitarist can do. Number one is practicing hammer-ons and pull-offs. Hammer-ons and pull-offs are the most common types of slurs on the guitar. Practice these techniques slowly and accurately, focusing on producing clear and even sound. Number two is practice legato playing. Legato playing is playing very smooth and connected without any perceivable breaks between the notes. You can play legato using slurs to create smooth and connected lines on the guitar. You can also use slides and other techniques to help improve your legato playing. Practicing scales and arpeggios using legato techniques such as hammer-ons, pull-offs, and slides will help you play through these concepts very smoothly and evenly. Practice string skipping. String skipping is a technique that involves playing notes on non-adjacent strings. Often using slurs, practice playing patterns that involve string skipping, focusing on maintaining even volume and articulations. Always use a metronome. Practicing with a metronome is essential to develop even and precise slur techniques. Start at a slow tempo and gradually increase the speed as you improve. Practice slowly will allow you to learn quickly. Study the playing of other guitarists. Listen to recording of guitarists who are known for their virtuoso slur techniques. Analyze their playing and try to incorporate their techniques into your own playing as well. Also, experiment with different fingerings. Try using different fingerings to create different slur patterns on the guitar. This can help you develop greater flexibility and control in your playing. And finally, practice in different positions. Practicing slur techniques in different positions on the guitar neck to develop greater facility and comfort with the instruments and allow you to easily play all over the guitar neck. Okay, here's some simple ways that you can start to use to develop some pretty good slurring technique. So we're going to be looking at the hammer-on first thing, and one thing that you want to keep in mind, I'm just going to play in the first 4 frets of the guitar, is think about keeping your fingers in line with the string. Now we're only going to start with the first and second finger, and I'm going to be moving from the first fret to the second fret, but I'm actually going to hammer on to the second fret. Okay, and I'm actually coming down, and you want to think of like you're knocking on the wood, and think of something like that as you're pushing down onto the string. So don't just try to push into the string, you're actually swinging and actually imagine hammering down onto the string. Okay, and from here I'm going to slide up into second position and do the exact same thing. So repeating the note on the second fret. And then I go to the third fret, then third fret to the fourth fret, and so on. And you want to do this slowly and evenly. Okay, one thing to keep in mind too is actually when you actually make the hammer, release the other finger, okay? And this will help with your coordination and two-hand synchronization as you're playing. Now with the right hand, you can actually do alternating picking. I'm using down-up stroke, so this allows you to think of this as a compounding exercise as we're actually working on multiple techniques at the same time. But the focus here is the slur. And then do the opposite coming down. So now I'm going to go in a 2-1 pattern from the second finger, pulling off to the first finger, and then playing the same note again, and then pulling off to the first finger. So I'm starting here on the 12th fret, pulling off to the 11th fret, then playing the 11th fret, pulling off to the 10th fret, and so on. Okay, and using a metronome to make that nice and smooth is a really good idea. The next thing is that you can do different finger combinations. I recommend, if you're just kind of starting out with these, is you're going to do a 1-2 combination, a 1-3 combination, and ultimately a 1-4 combination. I'll give you a quick example of what that looks like. So I'm going to go from the first fret, hammer on, to the 3rd fret with my 3rd finger and then go up to that note that I just played with the 3rd finger and move up in that pattern. And then back down again using pull-offs. Okay, then finally I can use my 1st and 4th finger. Now try this on every string, and then for a full workout you can actually start on the 1st string, go down all 6 strings, and maybe back up again. That's a great way to start developing these techniques on the guitar.